Hello, fellow artists. This week, what I want you guys to do is to work on developing your craft. So I know we're all excited about jumping into our projects and getting started on the final product right away, but I want you to pause for a minute and take a breath because I want you to find 5 different techniques and practice them before you even start on your final work. So, the directions. Like I said, find 5 different techniques to try out in the medium which you are using for your first project. Remember, medium means just like material. Is it paint? Is it watercolor? Is it colored pencil? Then, I want you to list the name of the technique and the resource where you found it. So it could be on YouTube, it could be on a website, it could be in a book, it could be in a magazine. Then, you're going to practice the techniques, but not on your actual project yet. Use a separate piece of paper, canvas, whatever, and be sure to label them. Then you're going to take a picture of your practice and insert it into the last slide, and then answer the questions on that slide. So, like I said before, I don't want it to be do as I say and not as I do, so here's my example. And I'm focusing on oil paints because that is what I know the least about. So the first one I did was Toned Ground, and I got that from one of the books that I have. The second one, I did Imprimatura. I found that on YouTube. The third one is Wet on Wet, also known as Alla Prima. I found that on a website. Impasto painting, that was from the same book as number 1. And then blending, I also found on YouTube. So here is my example continued, and the questions are, what was the most difficult technique and why? And I said that blending was the most difficult because I got impatient with my colors and the colors got dulled. So that's this right over here. I will have to have more patience, more paint, and a smaller brush next time. What was the easiest technique and why? The Imprimatura was the easiest because it was most like working with charcoal. So right here, and I totally spelled that wrong, but that's okay. Imprimatura, and I did Tonal Ground on the same one. This one right here, I just need to make sure that I don't use such dark tones next time, maybe. And which techniques will you use in your artwork? I will use the Tonal Ground, the Imprimatura, I need to spell that correctly, and the Alla Prima. I might use some blending, but I need more practice on it. And impasto is probably going to happen anyway because I like to work with really thick paint. So that might be more accidental though. The stuff that I'm purposely going to do is Tonal Ground, Imprimatura, and Alla Prima. So now it's your turn. I just turned this into a little table. Right here, I want you to write the name of the technique, and right in here, I want you to tell me where you found it. And then answer these 3 questions. You can edit directly onto it. What was the easiest technique and why? What was the most difficult technique and why? And what techniques will you use in our artwork? And then insert your picture here. Now, I know some of you guys have been having issues with inserting pictures, so I'm going to show you real quick how to do that. Let me escape out of there. Now, you have to use you have to use a computer that has a webcam built in. So the desktops that I have in my classroom at school don't have one, but the laptops do. And any kind of MacBook or iMac or anything like that will have them. And I think most PC, like Dell laptops have them too. So what we're going to do to take it from your computer is you go up here to where it says insert, then you go to image, and you go to camera. And, oh, it says it wants to use my camera. I'm going to say go ahead. Ta-da! Now, remember, I want to see more of your work than you. So you just get it where you want it. And then click that. Let's say you don't like that one. Let's say we're going to try another one. Nope. Now I have 2 of them. Over here you need to decide which one you want to use. So I'm going to use that one. Very good. And then you hit insert. Bada bing, bada boom. There's your picture. Okay, so those are the directions. If you have any problems, be sure to email me, message me, Google chat me, whatever you want to do. Private message on the Google Classroom, go for it. And this will be due next Friday, and we'll work on it in class. This is what our studio time is going to be.